What are the top 5 risks you need to watch out for when selling on Amazon? Now, selling on Amazon obviously has a lot of benefits. It's the biggest marketplace in the US, but like any business, it does not come without risk. And in this video, I'm gonna give you those top 5 things you're gonna wanna watch out for, whether you're a brand new seller or one looking to scale up your Amazon FBA business. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe bell so you can get up-to-date videos from us that will help you grow and scale your Amazon business going into 2025 and moving forward. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mar. I'm one of the owners of our company, Above the Par. We launched our Amazon FBA store for real back in 2020, where me and my 2 good friends got our business up to doing over 8 figures a year and over 30 million in total sales. So I think we know a thing or two. And in this video, I'm gonna go over some of the things I wish we knew back then that would have helped us kind of avoid bumping our head along the way. All right, before we get into it, I'm gonna say something, right? I hope these 5 things do not deter you if you are interested in selling online. These are not things that should make you run away from the business. They're just things you wanna look out for because they are things that can affect your business and your money. But if you go ahead and avoid these 5 things, you're gonna be in a much better place and it's gonna be a lot easier to continue to scale your business. All right, so we sell primarily wholesale on Amazon, but as I go over these things, I'm not only gonna tell you what the risks are, but I'm gonna tell you ways to avoid them depending on which way you sell on Amazon. Those 3 major ways being wholesale, arbitrage, and private label. If you're not sure what that is, I'll link a video in the description that teaches you all about the different ways to sell products on Amazon. Number 1 category, shutdowns. Let's just say you have supplements that sell. Amazon can change the rules and say, hey, we require supplements that, you need to get FDA approval or different testing. And they've done this before. And they changed the rules for what is required to list products on their marketplace. Another example is there's a mentorship wherein growing private label brands. And one of the people that actually brought us into the program, he was selling those mouth tapes, like the hostage tape style stuff. And they completely removed that whole category off Amazon. So the way you get around a risk like this, where they shut down a complete category, is you want to make sure you have your business established on other marketplaces. If you're doing private label, one of the biggest marketplaces that are up and coming is going to be TikTok, right? You want to make sure your product is listed on TikTok, your own Shopify, right? Maybe Walmart, eBay. Just have your different marketplaces intact to make sure that you can continue to grow your business if Amazon just changes the rules. If you're talking about wholesale, like what we do, selling brand name products that people are already looking for, it's not as big a deal, but you still want to have those other marketplaces set up. So if it happens, you can still make money off that product, no big deal. Number 2 is kind of similar to number 1, but it's a little different. And that's going to be listings, right? Listings getting shut down. A listing on Amazon, what can sometimes happen is Amazon's pretty much a lot of AI going on and a listing got shut down. We've had, $50,000 or $60,000 in that listing. And it's a little, nervous at a time because you don't want to lose that money. But what you want to make sure you do right away is appeal it. Right? Let Amazon know there's nothing wrong with the listing. Like, why was it shut down? Try to get some explanation for it. You want to make sure that you appeal it as quick as possible because sometimes what happens is Amazon just made a mistake and they'll put it back up and you'll be good to go. The way you get around this is actually having other listings up. If one goes down, you'll still have those other ones that can generate income. Of course, the other way you could go about this is simply just having those other marketplaces intact, like that TikTok, Walmart, eBay we're talking about. It's important to have your other marketplaces set up because that's what allows you to keep the business running and not be fully reliant on something that you can't 100% control like your Amazon store. Number 3 is inevitable and it happens every year and it freaks a lot of new sellers out. Amazon fees. All of a sudden, Amazon will change the fees on you. This year in 2024, some of the fees that they just threw at us was, of course, they raised the regular like fulfillment and referral fees, the fees that they charge to sellers using their platform and the FBA Prime service. That happens, but they also put in things like low inventory fee when your inventory got too low, or the placement fee where they would charge you more if you wanted to send all your inventory to one fulfillment center, stuff like that. When Amazon fees come in place, everyone freaks out. I used to be that person for me not cursing, just freaked out because you always feel like when the fees go up, okay, my money is going down, right? And how you really navigate this and how it actually plays out is what more than likely happens is these fees end up getting passed on to the customer. When Amazon raises fees, what happens is maybe not right away because everyone doesn't catch on right away, but gradually everyone raises their price. When you're talking about wholesale and arbitrage where you are, competing against other sellers, not everyone got hit with those fees or realized that those fees happen right away. So they're not changing their price, but gradually what will happen is the price of the product will go up. This is something that will always change. If you got to stay at the same price for a while and take a slightly lower margin, just do it. Just make sure your business is still profitable. or you switch out the inventory, right, with something else that's more profitable. That's kind of the benefit of wholesale, where you're always gonna have new products and new brands coming in. Let me know in the comments if any of these three have happened to you if you sell on Amazon, right? Categories going down, listings going down, or just, of course, if you sold for a while, you probably faced these higher fees. What have you done when it happens, right? Let me know in the comments. All right, going on to number 4. This is this is so common, right? And this is actually one of the scariest things that's happened this year, and I'm gonna just call it Section 3. Now, Section 3, what it really is in the grand scheme of things is account deactivations. This is when Amazon just comes through and says, hey, we don't like what you're doing on our platform. We're shutting you all the way down. This is so scary. This is probably the scariest of all of these, because what happens when Amazon shuts your account down is they hold your money, right? They don't let you sell. And if your business is growing and scaling, this is when it gets really scary. We've had our account shut down only once since our 5 years of selling. This was back in, I believe, in late 2022. We were sourcing products from out of the country. Everything was legit, but they had a hard time verifying our supply because it was out of the country. So what do? We stopped sourcing out of the country, right? We only source in the country. But I do know a lot of people that get hit with, like, deactivations. What you want to do, no matter if you're private label, wholesale, or arbitrage, is always make sure you are following the TOS, the terms of service for Amazon. You want to make sure your business is above board, right? Not running into any issues. Now, does that fully stop you from getting deactivated? No. Of course, Amazon still deactivates, good sellers who are doing the right thing, and that's why I'm talking about Section 3s. If you are selling on Amazon and you didn't get one of these, you're probably lucky. I know my partner Tay, he's drowning right now. We've had between our students, people we help, etc. He's been dealing with 20 plus Section 3s over the past month, helping people get their accounts back on and their money back from Amazon. It's definitely terrifying. It does throw a lot of sellers off. A lot of the people are so scared of it, they stop selling. But at the end of the day, how I look at this is, at the end of the day, Amazon relies on us sellers as much as we rely on them. It's a two-way street. One hand washes the other. They need us to sell so they can make money. Things like this do happen. Don't let it deter you, but you always want to make sure you're operating your business above board, especially as you grow, as you scale up your business, the riskier it gets, right? The more money's at stake. You always want to make sure you're operating above board. And 2, you always want to make sure you're a part of a community with other sellers that you can get answers with and brainstorm ideas with. This is super important. Even us, after all these years, we still invest in Amazon mentorships, right? Year after year. This year we spent over $50,000 just on mentorships. Some people are like, why? You know what you're doing. But when there are things like this and changes happen, I don't want to be scrambling. I don't want to just talk to my partners. I want to be able to talk to 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 sellers who are going through the exact same thing, and we're navigating it together. It gives a lot of peace of mind. And when you grow your business and the responsibility goes up, right, you're going to have staff members that depend on you. You're going to have your income dependent on you. That might have your family dependent on your income. You need this peace of mind. So when it comes to account deactivations, they do happen. They don't happen that often, but when something like this happens, it does get scary. Make sure you're part of a community, and make sure you're definitely following the updated Amazon terms of service and rules. All right, number 5 is, I don't think it's a big deal, but sometimes it sounds like a big deal. And this is other seller competition, right? This is a risk to the business because depending on what model you're doing, that risk looks different. For someone who is in private label, that could look like, all of these Chinese sellers that come in from China and they drop the price and make cheaper products and they really just undercut the market and start making it very hard to compete. How do you deal with seller competition? What you want to do in private label is you want to have multiple products, right? Let's just say you have a vitamin D supplement, and all of a sudden, whatever, vitamin D, it's a popular thing, but anyway, everyone's buying vitamin D for whatever reason, right? And what happens is you have all these competitors coming out. If you have a brand, why just only sell one product, right? Make something else that's also a supplement that you can sell under your brand name, that other people who are looking for that vitamin D product can go and buy your product. What you want to do is kind of diversify yourself amongst products when a brand. So as a private label seller, diversifying your brand by having multiple products under that brand, or start launching new brands that you can also put some money and effort and time into. In wholesale and arbitrage, how do you deal with this, right? Let's say you have a listing where there are 10 sellers on it, and all of a sudden, boop, 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 20 sellers, boop, 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 30 sellers, right? Thing about that is it doesn't happen out of nowhere. Where people get flustered when this happens is when they're not keeping track of their numbers. What we do in our business to counteract that is we look at our numbers month after month after month after month, right? Let's say we have a product, and this has happened. We've had products that were making us 30, 40% margin, and it's killing. It's absolutely killing. But if we just take that for granted and say, hey, that product's good, just keep buying it, just keep buying it, keep buying it. And we don't keep an eye on the new sellers coming in. And what happens when you have a lot of new sellers is somebody gets impatient, not knowing something called a buy box rotates. And I'll send a video there. If you don't know about buy box rotation, I'll put that in if you're a brand new seller. What happens is these sellers come on and somebody gets impatient, not knowing that if they're priced the same as me and they're FBA, they're gonna get sales, I'm gonna get sales, we're gonna share that. There's the sales on the listing. And they start tanking the price. And when you get a lot of new sellers, more and more people get impatient. More people keep taking the price. So by keeping a track of our numbers on a per listing or per ASIN basis, knowing how much each product is bringing us in on a monthly basis, we know when profit margins start dropping on that product. And our team's job is to always have new products coming in because we're always trying to find things that are more profitable that we can replace the low profit ones with. So if something's dropping in profit margin, we should have new products coming in to replace those right away. And that's kind of how you keep your wholesale business scaling. And you also make it competitive in your own product catalog by making it always new products that are coming in that are more profitable than the ones you previously had. A quick video, but I really wanted to go over those top 5 things that you want to look out for, those top 5 risks in the Amazon business. Like I said at the beginning, please don't let this deter you from selling on Amazon. It is still one of the best ways for a new person in e-commerce to actually grow and scale a business. It has a low upfront cost. You're leveraging the biggest marketplace in the US that's just continuously growing. I mean, in the midst of a recession, it was still going up by 11% each quarter when every other business was kind of going down. So don't let this deter you, but just, keep an eye on these things as you grow your business. If you're looking for help just starting your business, I would suggest in the description, taking our free course. It's completely free. No hidden features right there, right? Just get it. It's a free course and community where we just teach you how to get started, what everything means on Amazon, what you need to get started, how to find supplies, etc., and the different ways to make money on Amazon. If you're someone who's looking to scale up pretty quickly, you can go ahead and apply for our mentorship. That's a completely different program. That one is not free, obviously, but that's one where we scale people up to getting consistent 6-figure months. And if that's something that you are interested in and you have some capital to play with, or not play with, but to actually invest in your business, you could go ahead and apply and we can get on a call and see if you're a good fit for the program. So I hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to get more Amazon FBA content that'll help you grow and scale your business. I'm also going to leave a link right over here to a video my partner Tay made that shows you the quickest and most efficient way, the real way, to get to 10K plus profit months on Amazon. How much money you're going to need, how to actually go about it, how you actually make that a reality for you. Thanks for watching.